Good afternoon, traders. It is Friday, May 6th, 2016, and U.S. stock market is closed. Hey, we actually had a decent day today. Thank God we broke our losing streak, and that is very, very good for my state of mind. Uh, I had called the Dow up for today, and I was correct. You see, what's happening here is we've been coming down and bouncing off this red line of mine for the last 3 days or so, and there seems to be quite a bit of resistance there. Today, it actually did go down and went through it a couple times, but it bounced up immediately, and the second time it bounced, it carried with it some momentum, and the Dow ended up closing positive 80 points, and you can see here it closed almost on its high. So I'm definitely calling the Dow up for Monday. Monday calls are always a little bit shaky because you have the intervening weekend, you can have breaking news and everything, but from the chart standpoint, we have kind of a bull spike down here and a close at or near its high, and that definitely suggests a movement higher. I would say the Dow is definitely going to go up here to their next red line at about 1790, and I don't know if that's going to happen Monday. It could happen on Monday, but I think it's going to happen pretty soon. So that looks real good. Okay, today we had negative about $5,000 yesterday on the close. We closed that out negative 4,000, so we had a little bit of improvement there. But the big news was, hey, we don't have negative going into tomorrow or into Monday. We have positive $2,500. We only got into two positions. One was a small negative, but one was a really good trade. And I'm going to show that to you in just a minute. And thank God that was a good trade, because you know something? If we had been carrying two negatives over the weekend going into Monday, I would really be depressed. I would really be just thinking nothing I can do that doesn't turn red. But unfortunately, we got into one good trade, and that's kind of lifted my spirits about how things are going here, how they're going to go. And I hate to predict anything, but I think we might have a pretty decent day on Monday. We'll see. I'll show you the big disappointment for the day. I mean, with all the markets we trade, we're going to have disappointments. Let's face it. This is in Degas, which is an inverse natural gas. We had bought this yesterday, and it responded very favorably after we got into it. We closed with a decent profit. And look here what it does. It pops way up on the open this morning. Degas is up over $3,000 here on the open. And I'm thinking, wow, this is great. Another, a good trade here. And then look what happens. 45 minutes, this thing just sinks, stops us out with negative $45. So we went from positive over $3,000 to negative $45 in less than 45 minutes. Very disappointing. But everything wasn't disappointing today. And I'll show you the good one here. The one that's lifted my spirits. This is Yelp. Hey, this was great. Look at the gap on this thing this morning. And we buy gaps. And most people would just never buy a gap like this. They just wouldn't do it. Short sellers come in and sell this stuff thinking, hey, this thing's going to fill the gap. It's going to fill the gap. Well, Yelp didn't fill the gap. It kept going and closed very nicely. And we are holding over $3,000 in our Yelp position. That's just beautiful. I love it. I love that we have a good trade, but not only we have a good trade here, we have one that goes contrary to most traders' logic. And I love to be on that kind of contrarian point of view on a stock and make good money. So this is a good trade, and it's really lifted my spirits. And I'm going to have a great weekend, and I'm going to be thinking, hey, we're going to be back in this game, snorting like a wild bull come Monday. Anyway, that's what I hope. You guys have a great weekend. This is Trader Bob signing off. I will be back here on Monday.